Hello, everybody, and welcome to the ALL. We are so excited to be here with you for this split. I'm JC. Color casting with me is going to be Loki, and we got Spirited on the production. Can we just give a big shout out to both of them for hanging out with me tonight? And it's going to be such a wild ride. Let's get into the teams. Loki, do you have any predictions about these two teams this evening?
Usually I would say yes, but with all of the changes, I honestly have no idea what to expect. But all I know is that these two teams are going to bring it, and it's going to be a banger of a series, and I'm super excited for it.
And seeing from these teams, GGs, it looks like, a lot of diversity in the champion pool. Obviously, Jax for Funny has been prioritized, and it looks like a lot of Zaya, Morgana for the side of I think this is Divine Temple, if I'm not mistaken. No, this is the TPO Cheezers. So a lot of good champions from my experiences for the new season. Zaya is definitely in an extremely good place, and I expect a lot of Zaya and Kaisa to be played tonight, or maybe prioritied. It seems like the on-hit ADCs have a little bit of an edge over the crit ADCs right now as far as the diversity build cap. Do you have any thoughts on champs or anything or meta that you're gonna see this evening?
So, being an ADC main myself, I like the on-hit, the lethality. Honestly, it really depends on the champion, but if I am not wrong, because obviously Cheezers is my team, Funny Beaver is not playing top lane. He's been playing top lane in ranked, but so that's where you see the Jax, but
Jax abuser, Jax abuser, Jax abuser.
Jackson,
you're fired.
To be Emily, my goat, saved me. Lucy, I love you, but you are in this, my friend. You got this. Lucy is is the AD carry for Cheezer, and amazing ADC. So I'm excited to see them pull out. But Divine Temple is someone that I've not seen yet. I did look at their op.gg, and honestly, I see a lot of Aphelios, which, let me tell you, that champ right now is very, very strong. So
extremely.
And both of them play it. Oh, Beaver is playing top. Okay, I was wrong. I have no idea where any of these guys are going. What we normally play, sometimes we all go fill, and we just, wherever we end up, we end up. Lucy and it looks like, I think Tonic is the ADC. They both play Aphelios. It looks like there's a lot of shared champions between these two, and it's gonna be more of like a pick or ban thing. Or maybe it's Mobe. I have no idea if it's actually playing tonight. But in both champ pools, they have a lot of similar champs, so it looks like they're gonna be fighting over who wants what.
Absolutely, and Aphelios being over a 50% win rate, eyes of Riot immediately. I'm an ADC main as well. I think we're heading into the draft. So
we have so many AD carries.
So many ADCs, but I can attest that Aphelios is a extremely good ADC right now. But he did get a bit of a nerf AD growth. I don't know if that's to affect today or if that was gonna go in like 4-2, but with that note, it looks like VA are the first game one. TPO Cheezers on the blue side, Divine Temple on the red side.
This is JT, going to be... you're kind of going Vecna on me here.
What's going on? What happened?
Okay. You were going Vecna for a minute, and I was like, uh-oh.
Well, what happened? Like it was cutting in and out, or it like went robot?
Yeah, like you're going like robot, like for a bit.
What?
Yeah! Listen, it's fine now. We got this. They did ban Swain on the side of Divine Temple. We're looking at a Talon.
Let's try that. Do I sound better?
So much better. That's
perfect. Awesome. Just had my audio's been a little weird. Hopefully I don't have issues. I think I should be fine. Anyways, Talon and Veigar are the Veigar's being hovered. Obviously, we don't trust the hover. But
I trust the hover, but
there is the Veigar and Jax. Oh, finally.
I
Divine
knew
Temple
that
have
was
a...
gonna be,
Oh,
I
the
knew-
Lux.
No, it's just a Lux hover. Don't troll me like that, guys. I know you guys.
Lux
don't
is being hovered.
If they take that support, I'm gonna flame them a lot.
I mean,
After game,
it is a flex pick, so it is locked in. Lux
Oh
on
my
the B1.
Brett, Jax was banned, and he is one of the he's a very strong top laner right now. We do see the Caitlyn hover. Caitlyn's a very, very strong champ right now, an extreme lane bully, and if paired with Lux, is very toxic in lane. So it's probably a good thing that they're hovering that right now to lock in.
I agree. I think taking Caitlyn on the R1 to take it away from the TPO Cheezers is a very good option. Pairing it with the hover of Leona, that is a good combo. Leona goes in, roots them for a long time, gives Caitlyn time to put the traps down, get some damage off. So it's going to be interesting to see where the TPO Cheezers want to take the rest of this draft, knowing that they do have the CC chain in the bot lane with this Leona with 2 seconds left on the clock. Leona will get picked. And it looks like that Aphelios is being hovered.
Let's go! Like, I wanted to see Aphelios because actually, Lucy, Yaku, I don't know what their name, Florida, I don't know, is the one that taught me to play Aphelios, so.
He's a fun champion. Once you get past the inting stage of Aphelios, he's one of the funnest champions in the game.
I don't think I'll pass the inting phase ever, so.
This is true. I either get a quadra or I feed 4 kills to my enemy ADC. There's no in between with Aphelios, so.
I'm one of those, I'll see you at the 45-minute mark, and like, just expect me to die at least like 4 times before that 45-minute mark. We do see the volley bear lock in. I want to say that volley bear is going into the hands of one Aztec war priest, and the fact that they changed their name on League makes me want to beat them because I don't know what his in-game name is now. Ooh,
very good pick here. Nocturne in a very good spot right now. You have a couple of build paths with him. You can go the the experimental hex plate with the Axiom Arc. That is good to get like extreme haste on your ultimate, so you can just press R over and over and over and over and over again. Or you could opt for the previous builds like Stridebreaker, or you can go the Sundered Sky, the new item. So
is Stridebreaker still in the game? I honestly.
It is. It is. Okay. It's still in the game, and it just got a buff. I don't know if it was this little micro patch. So a very good pick on the R3. I think, and as we go into
he's gonna look to turn the lights off, and once those lights turn off, let's hope that you're all under turrets somewhere. So
yeah, he's got a lot of build diversity in this new meta, I should say, this new season.
I concur. All right, so we
100%.
see the Ari ban, we see the Thresh hover. The Silas was banned from, I'm surprised that wasn't banned against Funny Beaver, but he has top lane, so. I've seen him take some Wild Wings top lane, so I don't put anything past him.
Yeah, good flex pick for the TPO Cheezers. The volley can either go into the jungle or it can go into the top lane.
Let me tell you, I see the Ornn hover, and I played against an Ornn, and I played with an Ornn, and I don't ever want to face one in game. He is so strong right now. Now that you can build both Heartsteel and Jack Shell on him, it pretty much makes a lot of tanks unkillable. Oh, bye, whoever left.
Yeah, it's extremely strong pick, especially just like with the build diversity. No more mythic items. You don't have to pick and choose. You could just build both. So it's Ornn is very good and a very strong ban for TPO Cheezers. Sion will be locked in on the R4. Let's see what TPO Cheezers have in mind for the last 2 picks.
Gwen.
Yeah, maybe.
I would love to see a Gwen. Gwen is like a counter. She's an anti-tank. Like, you want to play this game? I don't think so. But I don't think it's in Funny Beaver's champ pool.
Yeah, Gwen would make the Cheezers a little bit AP heavy. So I
Yeah,
don't
I
see it,
agree.
but Renekton is hovered, and it looks like that's going to be locked in. Renekton definitely going top, which is going to send Volibear into the jungle.
Oh my gosh. I'm
Great job flex picking for TPO Cheezers. Excited to see what the B5 brings here for the mid lane. Obviously, it could be volley mid, I guess. I don't know,
it
but
could be.
yeah.
I
I think
mean,
they're
like,
still deciding. And there
oh,
is Mr.
there's Hey
Artillery
Hey.
Man.
I can't say the name. I call him Hey Hey because he
Hey,
just
hey.
reminds me of that chicken that like protects the ground constantly. uh, vote for my. Oh man, I'm not voting. I can't do it. Because if I vote against them, then they get mad at me, and if I vote for them, then it's biased. So, oh no, dear Lord, please no. Let me tell you, the Twisted Fate
Ah,
AD
yes, yeah.
is
Or
just
the blue card.
broken.
Blue card build, I guess, is gross too. I don't know.
It-
Everything, it's the season 14, the new stuff. Everybody's like, this is broken and this is broken. Like, Karthuses are building, the new items, Malignance and Surge Storm and pressing R and getting 900 free gold and apparently grubs, the new grubs. Like,
oh my god.
if the jungler takes them all, that's like 650 gold. So it's
Well, also it helps out. Like I would honestly prioritize the Void Grubs now over Drakes, as it benefits your team a lot. So remember, following gets you channel points. Let's Go said thank you for promoting that in the Twitch chat. Um, you guys can also drop a sub and then help out ALL.
the Amateur League. That is the draft for game 1. We see both sides having strong drafts. Scrappy solo lanes. We're going to see lots of ganks, lots of skirmishes early, especially with this new map over those grubs, over those early drakes. It's going to be interesting to see how both of these teams navigate the new season with only a few days of practice on it. So this is going to be an excellent and interesting game number 1.
Absolutely, I agree with you. I'm very excited to see what both teams bring. I know I've sat in calls with Aztec and Funny Bean Riz. They both ran it down in solo queue, so I've seen what the map is. I've seen what can happen. So let's see what these teams can bring for it. Because I can't really say what draft I like better because I like them both. It's just gonna come down to execution. Like who can play your comp better, who's got the better scaling, who gets the right objectives. I do have to say, Cheezer kind of has an upper hand with the side selection. I prefer that side of the map personally, but
yeah, it's easier to obtain prio on the blue side of the map. I think Caitlyn is a little better on the blue side, especially paired with Lux, because you can shove and get that Drake prio. So Kate on the red side, we're gonna see a lot of interesting early skirmishes, I think, in this game, especially with Volley and Renekton. And Renekton is kind of a feast or famine type of top laner, so he really needs to get ahead. So I think we're gonna see some scrapping over these grubs early, is what I want to say. Obviously, Caitlyn has the upper edge in the early game, but her mid game is just known for being notoriously abysmal. So I think Aphelios scales well and scales better than Caitlyn. If Caitlyn can make it to the late game, she then matches Aphelios. So,
I mean, I'll be interested to see if she goes lethality or if she's gonna go the crit build, because I think both are viable. Honestly, I'm just a big lethality lover, but her ult doesn't do as much damage with lethality, in my opinion. But we'll have to
yeah,
see.
gonna be interesting to see. I think a more sustained damage kind of auto attack crit Caitlyn, I think, is better here, especially building stuff like LDR, maybe just like the standard Storm Razor first into IE. Yeah,
and then rapid fire cannon. Let's go.
Yeah, or LDR, depending on how fed Volley and Renekton get. So
yes, I'm a little worried about this Scion. I mean, a tank is a tank is a tank, but Renekton's very strong. I think he's kind of maintained his strength throughout, like the changes, the buffs, the nerfs. But I think he's just a solid pick. I don't know how it matches up with Cyan, because if you put me top lane, I either int or I play Teemo and int. So I mean, you can pick which one you want.
Absolutely, and TPO Cheezers does have a really good front to back team comp.
Yeah.
So does Divine Temple, but so I think we're just gonna see some pretty standard North American front to back League of Legends here. I think the only one that's the two junglers are really the only ones that can dive the backline. I guess Nocturne and Twisted Fate can press R at the same time and surprise them on the other side. So
surprise shoddy time. Let's go.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. That's gonna be really interesting.
The Twisted Fate ult gets me every single time. I see that pop up and like the panic starts to set in. I'm like, oh, where is he coming?
It's like the same sort of panic when Twitch presses Q, and you're like, oh,
man, where is he? I'm just gonna go thunder turret.
Everybody back up! Everybody, back to the tower.
I'm used to that gray screen simulator, so But definitely is gonna be an exciting game. I'm excited. Why am I getting tagged for? Okay. I was like, why is my Discord telling me I'm being tagged? I forgot. Jeez.
Well, alright. I think we've beaten these team comps to death. I'm ready to start game one.
Absolutely, let's bring it.
Alrighty.
Alright, we're transitioning, guys. Hold tight.
Welcome back, everybody, to Game 1 of the ALL Amateur League Winter Split. I hope that's the name of the split. I definitely don't know the name.
Season 3, week
Season
1,
3.
Upper Division.
Winter Split, Upper Division. All right.
We have already decided that Nocturne and Reductant are both getting reported. There's no skins, so.
Yep. It's just a skin
And,
diff. I think the
Caitlyn
Skinergy.
and Leona are matching, so that's the cutest thing ever. They win.
Yep. It's GG's, honestly. We could just go next. We don't even have to watch this.
Absolutely.
All right. Looks like both teams elect to not.
We're gonna dance in the mid lane. Oh yeah,
I mean,
you
it's
have
not
to
a
dance.
Especially on volley. Great spammable dance emote.
If everyone can press D and F to dance, please.
Yep, this is the way. No.
That's
funny
how
level
we start
1
most of our games.
Here for both teams. We have TPO Cheezers on the blue side and Divine Temple on the red side. Looks like both junglers are going to start opposite map. Nocturne's going to work his way down. Volibear's going to work his way up. And they're never going to talk to each other. That's sad.
Yep. We don't see each other until like the 30-minute mark. We're good.
I'm hoping to see some early action here. Aphelios already pinging Nocturne. It is GG.
I mean, I would hope that Nocturne's alive. It'd be a little early for first blood.
Yeah, it's just nothing too crazy happening here in the early game. Both teams trying to fight it out for level 2. Wuxi does get level 2 first up there in the top side. And Hui taking some damage there in the mid as we go back up to the top side here, whereas Scrap has taken out Conqueror's proc for Funny Beaver. He needs to back off. Wuxi trying to hit the Q. Barely gets the Q. Whoa! It forces out the flash. The Q lands. Excellent. The flash comes out for Sion. He cancels an auto, and Funny Beaver is going to live. Oh my goodness, what a level 2 from both top laners.
Absolutely. I have to say, I do like the new support items that you're able to both farm and hit the enemies to finish your support item early. And then you get to choose which one you like, because there's like 4 different ones now.
I will say the only support player I like to play, or the support character, I'm sorry, is Rakan. So the Solstice Slay has been pretty decent on him, I think.
I've been playing a lot of Nami.
Nami's good. I like Nami right now.
Yeah.
Philios barely missing that Q there.
That's unlucky.
Nocturne is on the bot side of the map. The Scuttle is about to spawn. Wave is pushing back into the side of Divine Temple. We're going to see if there's anything going on there. Hui missing that combo there, but getting the Arcane Comet proc. Oh, there may be something going on in the spot side here.
It looks like everyone's fairly even in CS, except for the top lane. Sion did fall a little bit behind.
We got a gank going on in the mid side. No, unfortunately we do not. Nothing will come of that.
Oh my god, the junglers just walk right by each other. Oh, geez.
It was pinged, so they are aware of that. So far, Eye of the Storm here. First strike is going to be spawning in less than a minute.
Caitlyn did opt for the lethality build, and she went first strike.
Gonna be good. Lots of front-loaded damage with the first strike, which I feel like Caitlyn needs into this, especially early. Renekton and Sion still duking it out in the top side. Twisted Fate is low on mana, so we probably will be seeing a reset out of him here.
I mean, it looks like Cheezer has Divine Temple kind of like farming under turret. Maybe that's Caitlyn's doing. Not quite sure, but
Both CS creep scores very even as the fight goes on here.
Ooh.
Felios gets the root. That's a lot of tonic. A lot of damage. Tonic forced to use the heal. Queuing away and forced to flash. That's first blood over to Lux.
Let's go.
The root
Nice
comes out,
root.
but there is no mana left for anything else.
No mana. All right. It looks like Divine Temple went for those Void Grubs like we talked about earlier.
Yes, the Void Grubs were going to be a factor in this early game. TPO Cheezers on top right now with that early kill in the bot lane. What a great combo by Felios to get the root off, force both sums out of Caitlyn.
No sums were used by Cheezer in that fight bot lane, so it looks like everyone's kind of has a little bit of priority down there, but
So I think the TPO Cheezer bot lane is going to have an advantage here. Caitlyn does come back with a serrated Dirk regardless. Wuxi teleporting to the top side. And we're going to see what this early Drake brings for these fights early on.
corn on the cob, I like it.
Corn on the cob. Felios, good skirmish guns right now. He's got the root. He can root people all at once with the blue splash damage.
I like
The flamethrower, if you
blue.
will. There's a scrap. The shield comes out for Abydos. Corn on the cob. Gonna get the fear off. Hui is there for the counterattack. Twisted Fate ults in, gets the stun, and that's gonna be a Scion ult down onto the other side.
Oh.
Divine Temple really needs to be careful here as they're getting pinched, but it looks like TPO Cheezers are going to back off and give this first dragon of the game over to Divine Temple unless they can mount a counterattack here and find an angle.
Oh, Volley does not have ult yet. That's unlucky.
Early Drake started. Aphelios does have red-white, cycled his guns at the right time, using the Q there, and here we go. We got a fight on our hands. Aphelios switches to the white, getting auto attacks up onto Wuxi. Abydos steals the Drake, and the TPO Cheezers are forced to use the sums to get out, but that's a successful steal. Leona goes in on a full health Lux, and this may spell trouble for Leona, but I think the Lux is going to be in trouble unless Aphelios can turn back in and get the damage off. The chakrams are fully stacked, and he's hitting the red. He's got a lot of damage going on there. Let's see if he's going to chase. He has no flash as he used it earlier. Caitlyn gets the forbidden combo off, and Aphelios is forced to walk away from that fight. What a great early fight. TPO Cheezers get the Drake by a steal off of Abydos, and that was excellent team play by TPO Cheezers.
That was a good fight on for both sides. Honestly, not too much was given there. It's 2-2. There's I don't do math, but there's a little bit of a gold lead there in the favor of Cheezer. Too early to kind of say, you know, hey, that's a solid lead. So
that is exactly the type of scrapping I want to see in this game. Scion over there hitting a Q. And Funny Beaver answering back, and it looks like that's going to be a little bit of a short trade there. And Scion just barely scraping by with the advantage on that trade there. Hitting the charged Q, knocking up Funny Beaver as he's trying to get this wave in. Trying to prevent Scion from freezing this, and he is unsuccessful.
Twisted Fate is building, oh my god, what is that item?
He's going Roa. Is Roa still in the game?
Roa.
Oh, Leona gets the ult off onto Hui. And this is what happens when artillery mages get gap closed on, and he's in trouble. Twisted Fate taking too many tower shots. He's going to fall. Lux is going to try and get rid of this. Leona misses the root. Oh, my goodness. The river to land differential gives Lux the favor there and hits the root and gets the kill. 3-1 on this Lux. This is why I permaban this champion. She's not even like the most OP champion of the game. She's just so obnoxious to deal with.
I gotta say, Lux support tilts me more than
She's disgusting. I hate it.
I can't
and these
do
grublings, and wow, does Volibear take these grublings fast with the help of Lux?
Oh my gosh.
Felios is just chilling down there. Still has a slight CS lead over on the Caitlyn. And this Lux looking like my solo queue support teammates taking all the kills.
You know what? I feel that on a real level. It looks like the Hex type flash is gonna come out. I love when.
Oh, Leona hits the root, and here we go. Felios in a bad spot. Traps go down. Felios forced to fight. Uses blue wool, but it's not going to be enough damage. He's going to fall to Tonic, and that's first kill of the game over to Tonic with a excellent engage by Zeker.
Absolutely. That's kind of what Caitlyn needs. She needs to start getting online. Like, she's got the CS, but, you know, the kills, definitely going to help out there. Because she has the ability to be very strong, so.
And
Why
that
does
is going
Fate
to
look so little?
I don't know. Does he have that one
to
arena augment where you go little, but you
Right?
extra damage to the
I think we're
to
in the wrong
tanks?
game mode here.
Yeah. There goes the Nocturnal. Once again, the no way out way. No way out, I should say.
No hey out.
And Nocturne gets his free 300 gold every time he presses R. So
Absolutely.
So Divine Temple pick up a kill there. Twisted Fate does have the Roa completed. And that is an interesting build. He's opting for a more tanky build as Renekton does have a bit of a CS lead up on the Scion. Scion does have that, that one little assist there, but oh man, Funny Bieber is trying to scrap it out there, and Conqueror gets stacked. Funny Beaver gets knocked up, and let's see if the wave can crash this time around.
It looks like Scion's going for that Heartsteel.
Oh, Felios
TPO,
cleanses.
no.
Here comes the TF with another root. The cleanse doesn't matter. Felios gets jumped on by 3. Here comes 4. Caitlyn's going to take the kill at the right time. Lux is forced to run out. Leona tower diving. She flashes. Here comes the volley ult. FSG's kiting out, and here comes Seeker to try and get the peel off, and that spells disaster for TPO Cheezers in that little skirmish over there. Volibear tried to get in there with the ult, but just wasn't able to hit the target, and that was a favorable trade for Divine Temple.
Absolutely. That was very well played by the members of Divine Temple. Really working as a team.
And that puts Caitlyn at a huge advantage to try and navigate through the abysmal mid-game that she is known for. And the Yumus is completed. The lethality build opted for here to try and bridge the gap on some of the mid-game lack of power. And red team, Divine Temple gets the Dragon with a good ult by Lux, but it wasn't enough. Flash is forced out from Caitlyn and the Nocturne. Nocturne forced to use ult to try and get out. There's still a scrap down there by the river. Boy uses ult. FSG's got to kite it out. Abydos falls once again, and another close call. Lux hits the root, but they're focusing Seeker. Felios hits the red Q, hits the root, and it's just not enough. He's got everybody low, misses the ult, and unfortunately, there is no dice for TPO Cheezers, and Caitlyn walks away with a triple.
That triple kill was so good for Caitlyn right there. Like, this is getting her on the board, gets the kills. It's 4-11 right now. About a 3k gold lead. That was an insane fight. If they were just, Cheezer was slightly out of position there.
Just an unfortunate fight for the Aphelios. He had so many opportunities and just couldn't hit the mark there. And Florigato's got to be just feeling real bad after that one. Had such close calls, but Divine Temple's been playing these fights perfectly.
Yeah. I think really the only lane that's struggling, I would say right now with Divine Temple is top lane, but Scion's got that Heartsteel with 48 stacks.
And Scion's just going to do Scion things. He's playing a different game. Yeah. He's not going to play League of Legends.
No.
And Aphelios Lux still trying to do some damage. Aphelios does have red-white. Florigato is on the retreat after a somewhat unfavorable trade there. And it looks like there's something here. Lux does hit the root, hits the ult on the Caitlyn, misses the ult on Seeker. And I guess you hit the target that you wanted to hit, so the trade ends up being even. Here comes a Nocturne ult to the top side. Wushi's gonna ult. He's gonna knock up this Renekton. Renekton trying to stay alive. Funny Beaver's gonna get rid of Corn on the cob, and is Wushi next? I do not know.
Goodness.
The fight continues. Renekton still has the ult available, but I think they're just gonna call it there. This Renekton needed that kill really bad as the CS does increase in size over there in the top side of the map. This is exactly what Renekton needed early, and he's getting it.
Oh, they're diving.
There goes Abados trying to create some. That's a huge shutdown over to Florigato.
That is definitely shut down. Didn't take a few tower shots here, but
that is okay. That is exactly what Aphelios needed to stay in this game. Kraken Slayer is completed. He's going to go back after taking the turret on a good chunk of gold there to try and get back into this one.
ooh, 2 turrets down.
Great job by TPO Cheezers to find the correct fights and stay in this one. And the 2v1 topside went in favor of the Renekton. He is going to be a force to deal with, especially going this Bruiser build with Sundered Sky.
Absolutely. I mean, I am a little worried about like the tank for the squishies. So with Hui, Aphelios, Lux, and then you've got this Heartsteel Scion that is going to come flying at your face here. So
Hui opting for the Luden's Companion first. It's basically just the Diet Luden's Tempest from last season. So still got the little bit of extra damage. Abados looking for something there in the mid lane. Will opt to go maybe try and get some control around this Rift Herald. Corn on the cob making his way up
this season.
I really like how they kind of made some objectives prioritized towards the top side of the map, because top necessarily isn't known for prioritizing objectives on that side so early, but I like the new map changes here. Lux hits a double root with the ult, takes some HP off FSG. Nocturne looking for the ult. Caitlyn ult comes down and it hits the front line. Here comes the dive by Divine Temple, and Abados trying to equal things out there in the front line. FSG's in trouble. Corn on the cob on the run. This Renekton is a monster. Will he be able to gap close? And the heal comes out to try and save his teammate from Tonic. Rikatsu trying to get some roots off for Beaver so that he can continue the onslaught. He's going to barely not take down Tonic. Caitlyn's trying to kite it out. Renekton dashes over the wall and takes down Tonic. Wushi trying to knock up Lux, and it's not going to happen. Beaver on a rampage. This guy is looking strong there in the top side.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, no one was able to get Herald, but Florigato is doing what ADCs do best, and that is split pushing.
Felios just getting some big stonks in the bot lane while that fight went down. This is going to be second Drake of the game, and unless Divine Temple want to pull a Hail Mary here, I think it's going to be third Drake of the game over to TPO Cheezers. Great job to at least trade something back.
Absolutely. I think Hacktech is a really good Drake this season. I liked Chemtech more in the past, but this is definitely a good Drake. It's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, I like the objectives being on both sides of the map, and it is a very good Drake. So this Renekton does have the Shojin completed, and man oh man is he going to be hard to take down.
Is that item still broken?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You build it on Hecarim, you just become the helicopter horse at that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, Shojin's really good. Jax with Shojin is still really strong. I think Jax is just extremely overpowered at the moment, but
absolutely, yes,
nobody else seems to see it. Nobody else seems to understand. That's okay.
Like, I want that champ banned. If my top laner doesn't play it, you better ban it, because I don't want to see it.
It's just too strong. Lux just trying to get rid of the wave there, so Divine Temple can't take this mid tower. The mid tower is just on its last legs. Volley trying to secure the scuttle, which he will, and he will back off. Looks like Baron is going to be spawning here, but
The Barons are
I
so
don't-
pretty.
yeah, I like the changes to the Baron. Really, really, really nice. Let's take a look at the CS here. Everybody is within 20 of each other
Yeah.
here right now. Obviously, Renekton having a huge lead. And I think we got a little bit of a fight going on here. Tonic and Seeker were looking for something, and nothing was to be had there in the mid as both ADCs and supports have turned to the mid lane, excuse me, to continue farming.
I mean, it's kind of our job is just to farm.
This is true. It's just
I
two
normally
last
forget
hit
about it.
minions. CS numbers looking good for everybody. Everybody's at least 7 CS a minute, except for the junglers. And the supports, obviously.
I mean, like the junglers have an excuse. They got
There is just
they have a
junglers.
lot of I feel like a lot is on their shoulders as junglers. I don't feel like
Well,
they get
and-
enough attention.
Well, an LCS junglers only get like 5 to 6 CS per minute anyways.
Yeah.
Unless otherwise specified by the team to like feed them resources. But like a utility jungler like Sejuani or Zac or something, 5 CS a minute, easy. You know? It's pretty good. These jungle champions were designed to starve, you know, a little bit. Oh, there goes Leona jumping onto Seeker. Or jumping onto the Aphelios, excuse me, and that is a lot of burst damage that's going to send Aphelios back to the gray screen. And Nocturne answers back with his own ult, and it's not going to be enough for TPO Cheezers. Aphelios starting off, getting caught by the Leona, and Volibear tried to come in and save him, and he eventually fell as well. And Hui has decided to take command of the mid lane in Aphelios' absence. Aphelios has the Collector. Interesting item considering you have to take down this Scion, this Leona, and this Nocturne who's building more of a bruiser build. I mean, maybe he's cooking something that I don't know, but
Let him cook.
yeah. I think just maybe a more sustained damage item like
Yeah.
IE or LDR would have been probably more standard here, but obviously
I actually like Collector on Aphelios, I'm not gonna lie.
it's, yeah, you know, I don't know. I guess I haven't experienced it enough to know whether it's strong or not. Funny Beaver and Wushi are trading up here. FSG is going to try and find something. Nocturne does have the ult available. He's going to use it. He gets knocked up, and that's a shutdown over to the Nocturne. Corn on the
That is a
cob,
big
getting some money.
shutdown. 280 heart seal stacks on the Scion.
Yeah, Scion is getting to be pretty big, and that is exactly why the Collector on Aphelios I don't feel is the right move. But you know what? We're just going to let him cook, and that's all I'm going to say.
Let
FSG
him
flashes, and he's going to
Oh.
catch out the Lux, and that Caitlyn headshot is going to secure the kill right before the dragon spawn. And that is a huge pick for Divine Temple.
Now, Volley does have ult here.
Volley is looking for a steal. They don't have vision. He's going to have to go in there blind. This is the make or break. Hui's coming around. Seeker tries to CC him. Volley gets on the ult, but it's just a little too early, and Tonic gets rid of the bear, and Divine Temple get rid of the dragon. Nocturne has the ult again, and he's... Oh my
Divine
goodness.
Temple did not get that dragon.
They didn't.
Hui stole it.
Hui stole the Drake. Wow.
Hey, stole it. Thank you, Brett. I appreciate you acknowledging hey.
No Hui, he stole it. That's all I say.
No.
Wow. Good on me for paying attention, huh? Well, good job to the Hui. That is an insane steal. That's the second steal of the game. One by the Volley and one by the... Baron is started here by Divine Temple. They're pretty angry from that steal, and they're going to let it be known. Baron falls to 8,000 HP, and not a single member of the blue side is in sight. this is going to be a free Baron for the side of Divine Temple.
I don't think that they were really in. Cheezer wasn't really in any position to try and steal that Baron. It's better just to let them have it. Let's like work around the rest of the map.
Yeah,
We gotta
trying
get
to trade
kills
some
into the ADC here. I feel
yes, Aphelios really need to be spoon-fed some gold here, and interesting to see what he's gonna build third. He has a tunneler in his inventory, so it's going to be interesting what Aphelios is cooking. And Beaver, unfortunately, is just not able to take down this Scion anymore, especially without any Black Cleaver, which it looks like he's about to complete, but just not yet. Here comes the ult, and Wuxi is just going to say sayonara.
See you later.
And he's going to get out of there. 2 items complete. There goes the Leona flash ult. That's a Caitlyn ult. Nocturne. Oh, man. ADC experience right there. Leona flash ulted onto him. Caitlyn hit him with a free point-and-click R. And then Nocturne came in, pressed R for the steal. So just an ADC experience right there. Seeker dies mid-jump of his ult, trying to just get anything back from that Divine Temple CC trade on Aphelios, and this ADC is not having a good time.
No. I just have to say, there's a 250 gold bounty on this Scion, 300 on Nocturne, and 500 on Caitlyn. If Cheezer wants to get back in this game, they need to start playing for picks. Play for the champs that have the bounties.
Lots of gold to be had if TPO Cheezers is willing to obtain it. They are up 3 Drakes to 1.
Yes.
The gold lead sitting at about 6,000. Sorry, I can do math, I think.
I don't do math. I'm going to say that right now. I do not math.
Roughly 6K. Interesting to see what Aphelios' item is going to be. I actually don't know exactly what builds out of Tunneler. Maybe he's opting for somewhat of a bruiser item? Oh, the Brutalizer. That's what it is. I thought it was Tunneler. Just shows how much I know. The Brutalizer. Okay. Brutalizer builds into... I don't know. I'm interested to see what's going on here as we got a bit of a fight there in the top side. Ooh. Seeker diving and killing. Oh, Caitlyn's going to get a free 300 gold from the Lux. Lux falls as the tower is going to fall. 4-man on the side of Divine Temple trying to end this before TPO Cheezers and Scale. Volibear's looking for a flank angle. Aphelios has the red-white. Let's fight. He gets rooted, forced to cleanse out. He's going to lose half his HP just for existing. There goes Volley Dive in the back line as Aphelios misses the ult. He's trying to flash in to get some damage off. Flashes into melee range of Scion. And he needs to get out fast. He dies to Scion's zombie. And that is once again Volibear just making things happen.
Absolutely. All shutdowns were taken away, minus this Nocturne, who was 5-1 with a 300 gold shutdown. They need to be very careful as to how not face check like that.
Oh, this Nocturne might be in trouble. He does opt to go the Bruiser build and will survive. Takes down Hui, trying to fight this Volibear. Gets the fear off, but he's just trying to run now. And I think he's just going to fall. Shut down over to Volibear.
That was an ace for Cheezers, which pretty much gives them this drag for free. I don't think anyone can get there quick enough, even with these Hextech portals. But I have seen crazier things happen.
There is a Caitlyn ult onto the Lux that takes off half the HP, but unfortunately, doesn't take off half the Drake. TPO Cheezers are going to get the Drake, but at the cost of Lux's life, and 5th death of the game for Lux. 3rd item of the game finished for Aphelios. Opts to go the Collector, and Axiomark, excuse me. And that is apparently what built. Yeah, you know, he's looking for the big team fight ults.
Yeah.
Not a lot of sustained damage there, just trying to go for the burst.
I think at this point he may want to pick up some like lifesteal, you know, just a little bit.
I still really think an LDR here and an IE. He's missing.
I think the
Especially-
LDR really is only needed for Scion, and Scion hasn't really been overly
And
present.
Leona and Nock, because
Oh,
Nock
yeah,
has a
and-
frozen heart now.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I just think it's good. You know, you just.
I mean, LDR is normally like my go-to build, but like I build it on everything because I know that I'm gonna get blown up somewhere. So
Yeah.
Cheezer needs to
Oh,
be
here
careful in
comes
their
the
own
fight.
jungle
Scion's
here.
trying to hold on to Abydos. Twisted Fate pops the ult to get the vision. Let's see where he goes. It looks like he's not going to go anywhere. Divine
Nope.
Temple playing it slow with this Baron coming up. Caitlyn traps off one of the entryways into the jungle. Looking to zone control some parts of this topside jungle with this Baron being up. And TPO Cheezers have no mid-prow right now. Nothing to
No.
trade for this Baron. They need to fight for the Baron.
Absolutely. Like there needs to be a big team fight that happens. Because they can't even contest this unless they're okay, they're just gonna start it. That's great.
Divine Temple have this Baron,
Uh-oh.
and TPO Cheezers have no vision of it. Baron's gonna fall under 5,000 HP, and TPO Cheezers are nowhere to be seen. That's a free Baron Nashor for the side of Divine Temple.
Right.
And they are just going to skedaddle on out of there.
Absolutely. I say Philios is doing great at CSing. Like, obviously you're gonna want that to funnel the gold in. It does look like he is going to pick up the LDR.
An excellent
I think it
choice.
is the Last Whisper that.
Yeah,
I
Last
don't know.
Whisper.
Yeah.
So Last Whisper will be picked up. Got the second component of LDR, which is just the crit cloak. Next back will be the full item. And we're kind of in the eye of the storm here, as both teams just trying to get gold. No objectives on the map. Jungler and support are just kind of running with each other.
So they're
And
gonna.
it's really settled here.
They're
There may be.
gonna want to fight until that Baron buff wears out. You really don't want to fight in the Baron buff.
I think Leona just flashed there. I think she was almost caught out by Lux and Volibear. And Abydos and Florigato just trying to stay alive here in the mid lane as the siege continues. Wuxi does have 3 items. Here comes Volibear, looking for something, gets the root off. CC chain coming out for Wuxi. I don't think he's going to have the time or the health to get out. And Nocturne does what Nocturne does best. Press R on the ADC and get free 300 gold. As the fight continues, Abydos is in the middle of all of them. And there's nobody else but Lux left to save him. And I think this is looking more and more favored toward Divine Temple, who had the lead from the early game and just ran with it.
Well, I mean, look at the vision in all over the map for Divine Temple. They have map control with vision. There's only one sweeper on the side of Cheezer.
Oh, man. More and more kills rack up for the side of Divine Temple, and this inhib is gonna fall. Here comes the TP from Scion. FSG trying to take care of the minions. They want to end this game now. They don't have Caitlyn.
Absolutely.
They don't have Nocturne, but I don't think it matters. And
Yeah,
I think they're going to
they really
take
need
this inhib, and they're going to leave and play for this Elder Dragon.
I just have to say, I'm very surprised at the lack of sweepers for Cheezers. There's only one that's on the Lux. Normally, Jungle picks that up first back, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah. Filio still has the red-white. He's closed in on 4 items. Caitlyn is full build. She's not going to get any more disgusting. There you never say never, but with the gold lead being almost 10,000 at this point, I think it just looks
Oh
more and
no.
more favored. Oh, Abadosin
Oh no.
comes Divine Temple trying to pick off this volley bear, is forced to ult. Lux gets a
Oh my
nasty
gosh.
root plus ult, and there's a lot of damage over onto Seeker, who's probably in trouble. And what looked so positive for Divine Temple in the early stages of that fight now has turned in favor of TPO Cheezers, and they are looking to contest this Elder Dragon.
I don't know if they can contest this. There's a lot of members of Divine Temple there. The only one that's
Renekton
down
is
Leona.
not here. Renekton trying to obtain gold. Caitlyn ults, hits
Oh, no.
the volley bear Scion, trying to front line, and Nocturne dives onto the back lane. Cleanse forced out for Aphelios. He takes down the Nocturne. Tonic's
my
at 1
goodness.
HP. Lux hits the E on Tonic, and Wushi's the only one left. What a turnaround for TPO Cheezers. They're going to get rid of the Scion, and they're going to take this Elder Drake.
If Wushi doesn't kill him with the clone, that was a big fight for Cheezer. Big fight.
And it was just the Nocturne diving onto the Aphelios, who has that LDR, who has that collector, and is able to dish out the damage in
Yep.
such a short amount of time. And it really, really made a difference there, especially. And that is going to be one big Aphelios when he gets back to base. Wave States still in favor of Divine Temple, but they have been sending a lot of gold onto the
Yeah.
side of TPO Cheezers, and the gold lead continues to dissipate for Divine Temple, as it was once 10,000, now 4,000.
I mean,
This is
like,
still anybody's game.
it is, because that Elder Drake fight and taking Elder definitely put Cheezer back into the game. Now they just need to slow roll this game a little bit, because it was kind of spiraling out of control for a hot minute. Just slow down, bring it back. This Caitlyn is fed. You need to be careful, because her ult is going to probably gray screen you.
And Caitlyn, what I've been noticing, has been ulting at the beginning of every fight, not using it to
Yeah.
secure kills. Obviously, it can be used both ways, but if we're just throwing out the Caitlyn ult instead of using auto attacks and weaving in abilities, I think it takes away from a lot of the DPS that Caitlyn can dish out if you just throw out a random ult and then die after. So
Oh, that's me.
it's
That's me.
yeah. So obviously you know you can dish it out to do some damage at the beginning. Obviously it put the volley bear at about a quarter HP there, but she died shortly after that. So
Yeah.
just gotta weave in those auto attacks before you commit to sitting still for so long in a team fight where ADCs just get bursted from 100 to 0 in
Absolutely.
0.5 seconds.
We like the green screen simulator.
Yes. Here comes
they're
Baron.
taking Baron.
TPO Cheezers have got it. Sub 1,000
Oh my
HP.
God.
Blue team gets the Nasher. TF is on the split push, and they're trying to stop Baxier. Oh, man,
no.
Nocturne dives on a Funny Beaver, and Corn on the Cob's going to fall. Wushi's most likely going to fall next. It's a race against time here. Hui gets the back off in time. Aphelios has the red-white. He's going to get rid of Scion's Ghost.
Go, hey,
And this game is looking winnable for TPO Cheezers. What a turnaround. Infinity Edge is going to be
Absolutely.
completed for this guy real soon. Leona needs to be real careful here. She cannot contest with this late game Aphelios
No.
anymore. And what a great job by Hui to get back there and defend while the rest of his team cleaned up on aisle 3.
Let's go, hey, you got this, buddy. You know what? I gotta give props to I don't even know how to hey for playing in this league, because this guy was silver hit goal at the very end of the split. So he's playing with the big dogs, and he's doing fine for what I expected. I'm not gonna lie.
And Aphelios has now reached full build,
Yeah.
which is huge for TPO Cheezers. That is going to be a lot of damage there. especially outputting. He's got the Collector, he's got the LDR and the Axiom. This man's going to be able to probably ult twice in one fight, to be honest, if it even lasts that long. So now it's just a matter of who can team fight better at this point. Both teams are pretty much even in gold.
Yep. It's all about wrapping up the game. Who can actually wrap up the game? Because I feel like that's kind of been a struggle for Cheezer in the past. I've watched these guys grow for a few years, and one thing that they struggle with is wrapping up the game. Can you end it? So they're in the base of Divine Temple right now. If a fight goes wrong, this game turns around.
There's Caitlyn getting off some damage. It does hit the Aphelios. It does half HP. A good use of the ult there, but he's just gonna auto a couple things and be full.
Yep.
Oh, Leona gets the ult off, gets the cleanse out. Nocturne looking for a dive onto the back line, but I think TPO Cheezers is well defended on the front. And Nocturne wastes the ult, but don't worry, it'll be back in 25 seconds anyways.
Cheezer has to send somebody back. It looks like Renekton back for that big wave that's pushing into the base here. Oh boy.
And the inhib falls.
Wide.
Oh man, Aphelios getting a lot of damage off. Needs to be real careful there. Leona gets chunked out by the Hui. Wushi's front lining. Abados trying to back off out of the knockup, and Wushi's gonna fall. Tonic needs to be really careful about the positioning here as Renekton has an angle onto the team, but he's just going to back off.
Yeah, he needs to be careful of that Caitlyn. She hurts. She do be
she's
hurting.
like Caitlyn's full late game mode. Like, you got to be careful, and TPO Cheezers really got to deal with these waves coming back. And they need to make it
for this wave.
Yeah, they need to make a choice here. This Drake is up. These waves are pushing into their base. There is two teleports open, and they're looking for a pick on the corner on the cob, and Florigato is now dominating. That is a huge pick. There goes the TP for FSG. He is going to use the TP and get the inhib. He's going for the second one.
Oh my gosh.
The Elder Drake needs to be deleted now. Florigato's trying to kite out Seeker. Tonic's on the chase. Oh, gets the shutdown onto the Aphelios. What a fight. Lux hits the ult, goes unstoppable. FSG trying to end this game right here and right now. And Hui with great base defense as the Elder Drake falls under 6,000 HP. Second TP from Sion coming out. Hui's not going to body block it, and that's going to be big damage. Sion trying to end the game. Here comes Lux trying to get the damage off. Sion has no auto attack damage, but he does have a lot of HP. This Renekton's back, and Wushi is not going to end the game here.
Oh my gosh. Kill the clone.
And at this point in the game, it should be Hui possibly teleporting. Maybe he had an angle there to teleport into the enemy base, but Nocturne is there to clear some waves. This is an absolute...
Still have those turrets up. They can't, like, even if he was to TP into the base, there's no minions to help him take those two,
there were some supers. There were some supers there. There may have been an angle, but I don't know how the Hui versus Nocturne goes. So I think he made the safe move and backed off.
This is a 45, almost 45-minute game, and we're still going.
TPO Cheezers just really need to deal with the side lane situation here. They shove out mid, great job, but the side lanes are what are killing them the most, and they're finally able to get it under control. Aphelios has red, white. He's got the overheal. He's got a lot of shields there. Red buffs all around for Divine Temple, and Baron has spawned. We are at 44 minutes of the game. 4,000 gold lead for the side of TPO Cheezers. There are no TPs available except for Hui's. And this fight is going to determine it, I think. This fight right here. Lux is just sitting in base, realizing they don't have TPs. They have an open nexus, but they don't have teleports. All 5 members of Divine Temple are committing to this Baron, obtaining mid-prio, working together as a team and communicating that we are going to fight together. We're not going to try and backdoor. We find the right targets, we find the right picks, and we take care of this Baron. And TPO Cheezers are not in a place to contest this Baron.
No.
And this is going to be a free Baron for the side of Divine Temple, as this Baron at this point in the game just becomes a cannon minion.
Gosh.
And that is a free Baron for Divine Temple.
Alright, we have 2 inhibs up for Cheezer. 1 remaining. If they can just wait it out and then ARAM it down mid, they could potentially win this if they do not lose a fight to Divine Temple that has that Baron buff.
45-minute mark has passed, and do we have any Gathering Storms in this game?
Oh boy, I feel like this game's never
you
going to end.
You can cash out at this point.
I think this has to have been the longest game that I've ever casted. I don't think
what a banger of a
has
game.
ever been 45 minutes.
And it's all gonna come down to, can this Aphelios dish out the damage, or will he get one shot by the Caitlyn? Will
or
he
can
get
Lux clean up the kills?
Yeah,
Like
it's gonna be interesting. Here comes Divine Temple marching in to try and take game 1. Wuxi on the bot side. They're electing to do sort of a 4-1 here, but FSG is going to join Wuxi in the bot side. Mid inhibitor is going to fall. The bottom one is the only one that remains, as a lot of damage. Funny Beaver, and he needs to be very, very, very careful here.
Yep. Oh gosh.
Oh, they're marching in.
Low.
Tonic flashes, but you never Zonia's in front of a Caitlyn. There goes Wei. Ult comes out from Volibear. TPO need to have good base defense here as Funny Beaver, their only front line, almost taken out there. Aphelios trying to 1v3, but you shouldn't do that in front of a Caitlyn. And this is going to be game 1 over to Divine Temple.
Holy. Let me tell you, that was very well played by both sides. I think both teams played amazing. It was just, it came down to like, they just had their base, Cheezer base was in shambles. And they just have enough time to clean it up. But you know what? Great job to both teams. I'm definitely excited for game 2. I'm kind of hoping it's not another 45-minute game. However, I will take what we get here.
I think what killed TPO the most was the lack of contest at some of those late objective fights. They just gave it away for free.
Yeah.
And let Divine Temple walk into the base and end the game.
Look at the damage. Like 53k on Aphelios, 49 on Caitlyn. Like the damage charts are just amazing. Oh.
Yeah, and I don't think I think Aphelios kind of threw there at the end by walking into 3 of them with no front line and a Caitlyn Nocturne. I just maybe think that wasn't the move there, but obviously it was just a last ditch attempt to just try and become the hero, and he had no more front line, so he's like, well, the only way to go is forward, I guess. So yeah, excellent play by both teams. Obviously, if TPO had maybe contested just a little bit more of those later objectives or objectives at all, I think it may have been a closer game.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are going to go to a break, and when we come back, it's going to be game 2, Divine Temple up 1-0.
So don't go anywhere.
Welcome back after what seems like Game 5 of the 2022 World Finals for DRX versus
Absolutely.
T1. What a banger of a game
That
that
was an
one was.
insane game.
And man, was I invested in that one. I almost put money on it, to be honest. But so it's going to I don't know. Is anything that happened in game 1 going to affect the draft of game 2?
I think that we're either gonna see the Caitlyn picked or it's gonna be banned because that was like Caitlyn was a big thing. I definitely would not let Nocturne through. Actually, honestly, I would just switch up the entire draft because we had Twisted Fate, we had Nocturne, Caitlyn. I think those three were like a really big PowerPoint of kind of wrapping up the game for Divine Temple. I think that Cheezer can make some adjustments to their draft to kind of, get maybe more comfort because I know that there were some people that were on like maybe not so comfy champs. So I'm definitely excited to see what they decide to pick up, switch up, whatever it is. I'm sure both teams have a plan in mind. I mean, actually, I'm gonna take that back. I know my team, and they do not plan ahead. So they just go in and do this right off the bat.
Just going to draft. All right, guys. What do you want to ban?
They're normally scouting in draft phase, which I love them dearly, but I think that they're taking it a little bit more seriously this time. But I gotta say, Divine Temple, you guys did a great job. That was a super exciting game. Maybe if we can maybe not make it 45 minutes this time. As much as I love to spend time with JC here, that was a lot of work on the both of us.
It's not that I don't want these games to go 45 minutes. It's that my voice will not allow these games to go 45 minutes. So
I'm definitely not used to being on the color casting end as I've picked up play-by-play. So if for some reason your vocal cords die,
perfect.
I got you, buddy. Don't you worry.
Perfect. We are here. We are here until the last Nexus screams victory or defeat.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be a great series judging off of what we saw in game 1.
Yep.
I'm not sure about what they're going to draft. I think Caitlyn obviously was the answer there. Just so much burst on the side of Divine Temple. And I really think that they can continue that type of play that they did. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it,
Right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I do think that Divine Temple seems to have a lot of synergy. It looks like they've been practicing a lot. And you can tell that in their gameplay. I saw a lot of that, how they would rotate over to Barons as a team. They fought as a team. I think Cheezer needs to kind of have a little bit more map control. Maybe a sweeper on the jungle.
Yeah, I just think TPO Cheezers really need to contest more of these objectives. I'll say it. I said it, 3 times. I'll say it again. But that is what killed them. And they were able to keep it close, but they're playing with fire there. You got to fight for these objectives. You can't just give them away for free.
I agree. Definitely for the objectives.
There were so many times where I think they could have found an angle to engage, hit a volley ult. Lux can get some damage off with the E and an ult. You got a Felios trying to, blue ult or purple ult to root everybody, or it's just I think they had the weapons.
Yep.
And they just towards the end of the game just unfortunately weren't able to get the job done.
Well, this is game 2. This is the comeback time. You want to make a comeback of the century? Let's do it this game. I do think Divine Temple is going to be a force to be reckoned with this season if they continue to play the way that they are.
Absolutely, such coordinated team play. We'll
Brett, I don't want to hear that it's snowing outside because I have not seen snow in a year.
bummer.
I know.
We
I live
got-
in North Carolina now, and it's 70 degrees here.
Man, I wish it was 70. It was like -7 today this morning.
I would give anything for -7.
No,
Give me a foot of
no,
snow,
no.
Give me 2 feet of snow. I would be happy. But no.
You know, I love snow until you have to drive in it.
You know, I don't drive in it, so it's fine.
It's just it's fun. It's cool to look at, but then you get on the road coming home from work. It's 8 a.m. You gotta drive through the canyon. You're like, ugh. All right, this sucks.
All right, somebody posted something in general for me. Now I'm looking at it. I can't find general chat. Oh my gosh.
Looks like Canada is getting snowed on. Where I am, Utah, we got snowed on, but it kind of subsided today. But
Listen, someone lied to me. They said there was a picture. Give me snow.
no.
I want somebody
Yeah.
send me a picture of snow. I would be so happy if somebody just sends me a picture. It looks like they are getting ready for draft. Cheezers did opt to go blue side again, putting Divine Temple on red side. I cannot wait to see what these
Draft has
different-
officially started as we head
go.
over. And it looks like TPO Cheezers are on the blue side again. Divine Temple's on the red side. And it's gonna be the same sides. So I wonder if we're gonna see a bit of the same type of drafts for both teams. It's an interesting as Silas is gonna be banned out for TPO Cheezers here. I'm wondering if TPO Cheezers are going for maybe a Kai B1 here with banning the Silas so early in the draft. Here comes the Swain. That remains unchanged.
Yeah, Swain is definitely geared towards the support as they play a lot of Swain.
I mean, it's good. Me and my support play Swain Galio. That is a stupid combo, and it's if you want to laugh, you can play that in the bot lane.
I like
It is-
Swain Seraphine.
Swain Seraphine also good.
I can't play
Nothing.
Swain, so I would play Seraphine.
Nothing beats the Swalio, I think.
Don't
Comment-
call it that, please.
Coming back into this draft, Jax is banned, and rightfully so.
And Twisted Fate, which, again, rightly so.
There's the Veigar and Divine Temple are electing for the same 3 bans they did in game 1.
Okay, can you please give the poor mid laner his Veigar? That's all he's asking for. The guy is silver gold. Give him his Veigar.
Hovering
Sorry,
the
Jaeger, I
Talon,
love you.
and Talon is going to be B1 for the side of TPO Cheezers. Whether it goes mid or it goes jungle remains to be seen. Let's see what's picked on the R1 and R2 here.
Oh, they let Kate through.
They did let Kate through. Lux, obviously, it could. Divine Temple could pick the Kate Lux here. And Poppy.
Honestly,
great
I'm kind of
pick.
liking the Poppy pick.
I like the Poppy. Smack people into walls, and what does Talon do best? Jump over walls.
Yeah, yep.
Just kind of makes sense. There's the Thresh. They are going for a comp that's gonna peel. That's what this is.
I'm interested to see what is, because Poppy's a flex pick. You can put Poppy top, which I've seen a lot, and you can also put Poppy in the jungle. I don't know how her clear is, but I can't imagine it's changed that much.
Senna coming out here on the B2 for TPO.
Someone gave
Let's-
Tsunami Senna.
And there's the Gwen.
Ooh, that's a
Gwen?
very brave pick early.
Very, very brave pick early. Looking, the new Riftmaker obviously gives Gwen some trading power once it is acquired. Let's see what the R3 brings here. I think Divine, there it is. The
No way.
Aphelios being hovered. Aphelios Thresh, a classic combo.
Well, also it's you played a game 1. I'm gonna play a game 2. Who plays it better?
It's pretty. Yeah, it's just like, oh, I can take your pick and play it better. Pretty much. That's they're trying to strong arm him, I think.
All right, Lucy, pick up Kate. Let's go.
Yeah, I know. Are we gonna see the Kate versus Aphelios? Are we?
Yeah. I know
I do not know.
there's some other pocket picks that that he's got. So, but I do see the Nocturne hover. I would love to see the Nocturne ban.
Yeah, I'm kind of sick of seeing Nocturne. Just
Yeah.
kind of free.
Honestly, it's 80 carries. We don't like to see Nocturne.
I don't. I don't. You know, I'm not afraid to say it.
No.
I hate that champ. Stupid.
He turns the lights off. It's kind of rude.
It's dumb.
Ooh.
So dumb.
There's
So
the Ash
anyways,
hover.
Tom, bringing it back. Tom Kench and Ash are banned. The Nocturne is banned. Oh, guess what? They're gonna ban Nocturne. Congrats, we get Jarvan. So,
Aww.
no, honestly,
You know-
a Jarvan for Divine Temple would not be a bad pick here. Would not be a bad pick at all.
All right, we have a Syndra.
Syndra banned out for TPO Cheezers, and here comes the R4 with Tom Kench and Ash being banned. ADC still not picked for TPO. And
Ooh.
there comes Mr. Spearman.
Jin Zhao.
That is a fantastic pick for this comp that they have. I truly think so. So much space they can hold. You have the Poppy just pushing people into walls. CC chaining, Thresh with his ult, Aphelios with his crescendum, Xin Zhao with his ult, and there's Kai'Sa. Interesting hover here. Kai'Sa Senna, from my experience, just does not work.
I will have to disagree with you.
I
am a
don't know.
Kai'Sa one trick.
I like Kai'Sa with Engage. I like it with a Leona. I like it with a Not. Well, I just think Senna and Kai'Sa want to do two different things. They have a lot of early trading power, but I think Aphelios Thresh are going to be way more valuable.
I do agree with you there. I mean, like, I would have liked to see a Nautilus paired with Kai'Sa or a Leona, but I know both of the players, and I know their play styles, and they do mesh well together, so I'm not against it, but I gotta tell you, the new builds on Kai'Sa are wild, and I'm really liking it. Even though she's saying not good in the meta, she feels strong when you play her. So
Kai'Sa? Oh yeah, especially with the build that I was told to run. It's Bork into Rageblade into Terminus, and then
I do Kraken into Terminus, and then Rageblade and Shadow Flame.
Shadow Flame. That's a good one.
It gives
try,
you the AP.
Yeah,
Yeah,
should
pretty
try
good.
Storm Surge as well. Storm Surge
Ooh.
was pretty good on her. I did that one today. Got like 16 kills. So that was fun. That was good. I'm excited to see. And Psych, it's Senna top and Volibear support. That's what
Absolutely.
we're not.
Yep. I do
Easy.
like the Galio pickup, I have to say. His ult is going to be great
Yeah.
for team fights. If there is an engage from anyone, he's just going to ult right on top of his
Oh, yeah.
allies and kind of protect them there.
As far as draft, I think I gotta give it to Divine Temple.
I mean, that's
think-
fair.
I gotta give it to him. It is not necessarily saying the TPO didn't draft well. I just think their comp is harder to execute. I think Divine Temple can just close their eyes and make this comp work. You know?
I
It's just
agree
like-
with you. Their comp flows. Divine Temple's comp
Yeah.
flows where, like, TPO's a little bit choppy. And I'm going to be honest with you, I've never seen Bunny Beard play Gwen. So this is going to be a
It's gonna be
very
interesting.
game.
Yeah,
I'm
it's like
all
they're
for
kind
it,
of
though.
dive. It's just, you know, this comp would have been a lot better if the Senna was with like maybe like a Rakan or like a or even a Nautilus. Nautilus is the easiest, most brain dead champion to pair with.
Absolutely.
So that and that makes your team full dive, and with Poppy being drafted so early, Divine Temple set the tone with what they wanted to do. They said, we're not going to let you guys dive on us. We have a Thresh, we have a Poppy, we have an Aphelios who can control space, we have a Zen Zhao who can press R, we have a Galio who can taunt. So they kind of went anti-dive, but in a sense, they can also mount a dive as well. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I think Gwen, if allowed to split push in this game, will be a problem.
Yes. Yeah, with the true damage that she's got, I mean, whether she's in team fights or she's split pushing, I do think she can be a potential problem here. I'm a little confused on where the volley fits in here. I would like to see I like to see different picks every game. I don't like the same champions that be picked. So I know Aztec's champ pool, I know he's got some other very odd picks that would have been kind of cool to see. But the volley was very impactful last game. So we know it works. We know how his playstyle is. Let's just see how Divine Temple reacts. Because now they know where the weak points are. Like, after you play a game against someone, you kind of realize where the weak points are. And you play off of them.
100%. And I think with that being said, I don't know if the teams are ready to draft. All right, I think we're just going to cut to a short little break right before game 2 starts, and when we come back, we'll see you on the Rift.
Absolutely.
Welcome back. And fighting out of the red corner, we got Divine Temple. Fighting out of the blue corner, standing in 5'7", 250 pounds. We got TPO Cheezers. No, I'm just kidding. And look at us as we zoom way out. I feel like I'm on a satellite.
I love
This is
it.
awesome. I got the bird's eye view here. As both
Absolutely.
teams elect to do exactly what they did last time, and that was 5-point. Galio throwing up some emotes already. Both teams
Absolutely.
are ready to tussle it out. There goes the nonsense emote from Worlds last year. 2 years
We've got
ago, I guess.
Birdio.
Oh my goodness. Anyways.
That's the best Galio skin, Birdio. Let's go.
Oh, 100%. There's no contest. It's top 2 and it's not 2. So.
Gwen
Yeah.
is reported though for not having a skin. Throwing that out
Yeah.
there now. I mean, like the Soul Fighter Gwen skin, literally the best skin ever. So.
I think we just gotta donate to the Funny Beaver Fund.
Yeah, I gotta get Jim to gift him the
Get
Soul
this
Fighter
person
Gwen
a. Get him a Gwen skin.
skin. Just not Space Crew, please.
So,
Please.
Gwen top, talent mid. Mr. Angry God Bear in the jungle, and Xin Chao is gonna start top side of the map, leashless, and Volibear is gonna get help from his bot lane and head from bot to top as some early trading already coming in here for FSG and for Dainsleaf. Is it Dainsleaf? Am I saying that right?
I think so. I just call him Jaeger. I don't know how to pronounce that name, so.
Got it.
They change it way too many times.
Tonic and Seeker matching extremely well. I gotta give 10 out of 10 Skinergy
Absolutely.
for this Divine Temple bot lane, as both laners are fighting for level 2. Are we gonna see a flash flay hook? Thresh looking for it, and they're hitting level 2 at the same time there. FSG getting a little bit of some wind power onto Talon early, and does get a favorable early trade.
Absolutely.
What are we predicting for this early game? What do we want to see here?
I feel like Kais could be a little bit more aggressive in the beginning, as I feel like she's got the early game advantage, but I feel like Aphelios has the late game.
Yeah, and Kaisa, especially building on hit, from what I've seen, scales very well into this late game. Thresh throwing out a hook, hits nothing but the minion in front of him. Gotta feel bad on that one.
You know what? We can't hit them all.
Can't hit them all.
Or else we would be Faker.
There goes Poppy getting off a big damage.
No.
Gwen forced to go immune, but Wushi is in the center of the circle. That's first blood over to Poppy.
Unlucky for Beaver. But you know what? That's okay. This is just a, what is it? Resetting gold.
Yeah.
That's what's happening here.
It was what I like to call a tactical int.
Absolutely, thank you. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Oh, and we missed a double kill there in the bot side. Xin Chao, Mr. Corn on the cop, aka Mr. Spearman, goes down there into the bot side and collects his free 600 gold, and Aphelios and Thresh are going to shove this into the tower of TPO Cheezers and get a reset off.
I gotta say, that was a really good setup for Aphelios, to be able to get that early back, and not gray screen. So it definitely gives him a little bit of the lane prio.
Oh, there goes Poppy.
No.
Knocking back Abydos, gets the stun off. Wushi on the retreat here. Abydos gets the shield, gonna fall, flashes out. Tower takes the kill, and that's 2 kills over to Wushi.
This is a 4-0. This is a rough start for Cheezer. The fist bumps are going out. I love the fist bumps. Best thing.
Great addition to League. Great way to just kind of bring the team together. Galio gets the taunt off on the very edge, jumps in, hits the passive auto off. Talon trading back. FSG has no mana, takes a little bit of minion damage there, forced to fight really on the back hoof there.
There's
and
a flash.
Flashes come out. Dainsley flash forward. FSG flashes backward. Thresh misses hook there in the bot side. I understand, my friend. You can't hit them all.
It was all calculated.
Thresh looking here, hits the flay into the tower. Taking so much damage, and Senna falls victim to the fillet and takes a quick trip back to the gray screen.
You know, I feel like this Aphelios is just playing very, very aggressive, and I really like to see it. I like to see an aggressive bot lane. It's a great start. You know, he was able to pick up boots on the first back, which is so helpful for him.
Those Zerker Greaves allow him to dish out those autos.
Absolutely.
And here we see the lack of an engaged support paired with this Kai'Sa.
Yeah.
Start to come alive here. This Thresh having way more utility. Throwing people into towers.
I feel like I kind of agree with you now when you said that the Senna and Kai'Sa were gonna be, they're not playing the same game.
You know, it's just Senna wants to poke and hit some CC, and you know, Senna pairs very well with someone like Caitlyn or Ashe.
Right.
Someone who's long range, who can chain CC, and Kai'Sa wants an engaged Chad support who can stack her passive.
Yeah, she wants to fight. She wakes up and she chooses violence. It does look like Cheezer did opt to go for the.
And there's Beaver trying to get some revenge on a Wuxi. Wuxi hit damage, goes into the wall. One more auto. Beaver gets the Triumph proc, and it saves Gwen's life, and that's a shutdown over to Gwen. Here comes the Grubs. Oh my goodness, Abydos is in trouble. Forced to ult down to try and get the damage off to the Grubs, but it's not enough. Here's a fight down on the bot side. Senna's trying to back off. Aphelios has the red, white. The Chakrams are stacked. Can't Thresh get a hook here? The hook timer is not enough. The red, white gets the kill onto Senna. That's 2 kills to 0 here in this bot lane.
But Kai'Sa lives another day. And the CS is even in bot lane, which is amazing to me.
Great job by the Kai'Sa to just kind of put duct tape over a sinking ship here as the Senna continues to keep getting caught out over and over again.
Okay, I have to ask, what is with the late game call? I think that this ADC is trying to tilt me on stream. There's something about a late, like, he does this every game. He picks up call late, and I'm just like, what are you doing? But you know what? There's a rhyme or reason, and you know he doesn't know what he's doing. But
I don't know. Here's a fight. FSG and Dainsley over, but Talon is gonna take that kill early. Galio, 10 seconds left for the spawn. But to answer your question over the Cole, I really think the only champion I go Cole this early on in the game, I mean, I guess early, I mean, first back is as late as I'll get Cole is Sivir. But that's only because the rank 1 Sivir told me, hey, shove the first 3 waves back and buy a Cole.
Yeah.
So that's what I do when I play Sivir. But
I buy Cole when I don't trust my support.
You know, it's a feast or famine type item, you know?
It is,
You know, and it's a tactical move by the Kai'Sa, realizing that the Senna probably not going to be able to do much in this lane anymore. The Aphelios is too far ahead. That's now 70 to 57 farm. 2 kills up, and Zen just looking to kind of beat up on this Volibear a little bit. 3-0. It's got the Tiamat finish. Got the, believe that's called a tunneler over there. I think it's Yep. Oh, I got that one right.
Let's
round of applause. Woo! It's And Aphelios and Thresh are just creating an onslaught of minions to try and farm under this tower for the Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa already being at a range disadvantage to begin with, obviously is beginning to feel the sting And they just,
hey,
oh, the hook
there
hits.
it
Will
is.
Seeker continue? Aphelios hits a couple purple autos. Gravitum autos come out, but no Gravitum ability coming out after. Probably used it prior to shove the way.
Now, Kai'Sa does have Killer Instinct up now, so...
Oh, here comes Abydos trying to get a
Ooh.
gank off, but Galio says, haha, funny, ooh woo, I'm just gonna dash away.
You did not just ooh. Oh, no.
Oh, here comes Abydos trying to fight
Oh,
FSG.
no.
Corn on the cob here for the counter gank. Abydos forced to use the ult. Senna ult comes out, and that's gonna save Abydos from certain death there. Thresh gets rooted, forces the cleanse out, and there's the Aphelios ult. What a fight over by Divine Temple. Tonic is out of mana, but not without killing the Kai'Sa first. Here's a fight here on the top side. Funny Beaver and Wooshi going at it. Wooshi forced ult and says, goodbye, Gwen. I'm just going to go back.
Yep. I don't think Mushi wanted that fight. That Gwen gets a little bit scary.
Here comes Abydos trying to make something happen, but I don't think anything will happen there. As Aphelios and Thresh are just going to go back. Kai'Sa almost back. Electing to, I think that's Kraken Slayer components, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. But the Kraken, very good item here. You got to chew through a Thresh. You got to chew through a Xin Chao who's going Bruiser. You got to chew through a Galio and a Pabi. So I really do think the Kraken Slayer is a must here, although it does delay the Q evolve just a little bit longer than you would if something like Storm Razor or Static was built, but obviously you need the extra damage on the autos. Wooshi looking for Beaver.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a fan of Storm Razor. Or not
I'm not
Razor,
either. Static I like, but Storm Razor no.
I'm just not.
Ooh, Poppy trying to get some damage. Abydos in trouble. He's met with 3 members of Divine. FSG throwing out a taunt that finds nobody. The patience meter runs out on the Grubs. As we turn down to the bot side, Seeker takes a lot of damage. Aphelios still on the onslaught, but that is a favorable trade for the side of TPO Cheezers.
Absolutely.
And Thresh just barely missing the hook as the center root hits. And Tonic and Seeker are gonna go play a little defensive here as Red Team secures the Void Grubs, which is...
JC? Yeah, JC, your mic
Really?
is dying, buddy.
What if I... Do I have to sit this close?
Yes.
Do I sound good like this?
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Ooh.
Oh, that's why.
Did you push buttons again?
There you go. How's that? Is that better?
Much better, yeah.
Thank you, thank you. My noise suppression was on. Tonic gets a kill under the tower, flashes out, and what an excellent tower dive by the Aphelios. Not even with the help of Thresh there. That was all him. Senna ult comes out and hits nobody.
Can Volley get these cleanups?
Volley gets the ult. He might get 2 here. Seeker throwing the flay out as we go to the top side here as Wooshi continues to beat up on Funny Beaver. Mid lane,
I feel like mid lane is just like a it's like a slugfest.
I think mid lane they're playing the game of who can roam first. Is what they're gonna play. Both of these mid laners have excellent roam potential. Obviously, Talon, you got to jump a few walls. Galio, you just got to get in a certain range.
Yep, and you just kind of I don't even know what it's called, but you just kind of like die right on top of your teammate here.
The umbrella.
Umbrella.
A TP on Vision. 4 members of TPO.
Oh, no.
Oh man, Senna goes back to the gray screen fight. Dainsleep trying to dive in, do damage and get out. That's a double kill for the Aphelios. And it all happens so fast.
That's a 7, 1, and 2 Aphelios. That is terrifying.
That Aphelios is strong. He is proven that Aphelios is so strong in the meta right now. And all the gold has been funneled into this guy. All the ganks have been funneled into this guy. And man, has it paid off.
Um, if I'm not mistaken, when I looked at the OP.GG, Aphelios is written all over this guy's profile.
Oh yeah, and the fact that they gave it to him, I mean,
Absolutely.
it's starting to hurt. Poppy smacking Funny Beaver into the wall again.
Smack him
And Funny
around.
Beaver able to survive it this time around. Rift Herald is available, is on the map, and ready for the taking. Abydos and Corn on the Cob are getting into a fight here. Senna hits the root. Here comes the Galio, and it's going to fall. Knocks up Abydos, and Senna's in trouble, gets taunted, CC chained, and sent right back to base. This Senna is now 0-6. This Kaisa is now 0-3, and the lead grows exponentially.
Absolutely. This is a 4-0 Xin Zhao with Titanic Hydra built already. This is becoming quite terrifying.
Oh, this poor Kaisa just sit.
She just wants him back.
Some people just want to watch the world burn, and Kaisa gets the ult, but it doesn't matter. Tonic is just too far ahead.
So the game plan is to, if Cheezer wants back into this game, is to shut down that Aphelios and the Xin Zhao.
Oh yeah.
I think those are the two focal points here. I think the other lanes are kind of under control, but bot lane and jungle are going to be rough later on in this game. Divine Temple is amazing at their setups.
Divine Temple really showing the strength of why they drafted this comp. Yeah. Obviously, the predictions are coming through here. This comp is just way too easy to execute. You have way too much anti-dive. You can hold space for objectives. You have the Thresh, who's able to just lock down certain targets as Funny Beaver and Wuxi continue to beat each other up in the top lane. Gwenel comes out. There's the snip, but it tickles Wuxi at this point, it seems, as the MR item is built. And excuse me, I don't know the name. As Abydos trying to kill Wuxi. Corn on the Cob is here, gets the ult. Abydos forced to answer back with the ult of his own. Wushi's gonna get out as he's CC'd. Funny Beaver's trying to get back in there, but Corn on the Cob just too full of HP. And there goes Abydos right before the objective. And I think that's a Rift Herald over to Divine Temple.
Very well played by Divine Temple. 3-16 right now. This is it's looking a little scary for Cheezer at this point. But
excuse me, I had to chug some water. Anyways,
just please don't die.
No, I'm good.
Okay, good.
I like this stuff. All right, chat, co-caster, my grandmother. I need all the opinions. What does TPO Cheezers need to do to get back into this game?
They need to slow roll this game. Like they need to play for picks. They need to play safer. I think that they needed to not fix Senna with guys. Can we go back to draft?
Chat said forfeit, go next.
Go next.
Oh no.
That's toxic, bro.
Oh man. Obviously a rough start, but gold lead only 5K. Obviously, you know it could be a lot worse, but just the comp of Divine Temple.
I'm sure that we have all come back from worse. I know I personally have in solo queue, so you know what, if I can do it in solo queue, they can do that in comp. They just have to kind of refocus, regroup, and play as a team. They're not playing as a team right now.
And obviously, the later this game goes on, as Wuxi and Funny Beaver just duking it out once again, it just ends so even every time. And I think after a couple more of those, Gwen is going to be pretty on top of those as she scales well into the late game, which just piggybacks off my point that the later this game goes, the more of a weapon this Gwen is going to be.
Yep, I agree.
The more of a weapon this Senna is going to be. And as long as Talon can focus his cooldowns on the right target, which is Aphelios, I think they're going to be in good shape.
Can we see these stacks on Senna, please?
Sorry, what was that?
59.
See the stacks from Senna.
Souls on Senna right now. And that's at 20 minutes. It's not bad. It's definitely not bad. Senna's doing what she's supposed to. It's just the kills are not on the right person.
Poppy TP comes out. Gwen does have the Rift Maker and almost a Nashor built. Here comes the third Drake of the game. This could be soul point for Divine Temple. They've been on top of every single objective in this game.
Ooh.
Here comes the fight. Abados tries to dive in, but I think it's Talon tries to get in, blow the cooldowns on Aphelios, but it's not enough. Kaisen sent on the retreat. FSG trying to chase, but gets hit with the center root, and that's going to be soul points over to Divine Temple.
All right, so I'm looking at the items that we got. Storm Razor and Aphelios. We've got Kraken Slayer on Kaisa. What do you think needs to happen? Because we've got Titanic Hydra and Black Cleaver on Zinzao.
And here goes Rift Herald.
Oh my
I
gosh.
think he had a little too much to drink before hopping in there. And I don't know. Oh, wow. Never mind. It was coordinated.
Oh my gosh.
It was a coordinated Rift Herald. I lied. He's sober. He's sober. I lied.
Is it gonna get the charge? It's dangerously low.
No,
It
no
doesn't
charges
get the
for
charge.
the Aphelios. But they do get the kill onto the funny haha beaver. There goes Abados trying to make something out of nothing as Tonic and Seeker can just kite him to oblivion, but he does get his Rift Herald. And Florigato trying to match Wuxi here in the top side. The Poppy looking too strong with the Frozen Heart and the MR item. I think that's Kanik Rukern, if I'm not mistaken. Hollow Radiance, I lied.
Radiance.
Don't listen to me. It's an MR item.
I
One
have to
of the
say,
new items.
I like the change in the jungle where when your smite item is upgraded, it gives everybody red buff.
I like that because then
Yeah.
you don't have like people fighting over like
Exactly.
you got your 0-10 Yasuo in the mid lane saying, "Oh, I'll take red. I got this." Just silly Yasuos. But as
He's gotta hit his power spike, let him cook. Man.
gotta hit the power spike, let him cook.
And
Transitioning
see,
back to
that's
some
kind of what happens in this game. They gotta hit the power spike, and then we win game.
transitioning back to the power spikes in this game. Kaisa needs a kill.
Absolutely.
And I think this is AD Kaisa we're seeing come out here. I want to say, I think that's a... it's not an IE. Terminus. So
Yeah,
the
that's
Kraken and
definitely
Terminus
Terminus,
is
okay.
coming out. So the on-hit Kaisa remains.
I love
Here
on-hit
goes
Kaisa. Uh-oh.
FSG trying to counteract the Talon cooldowns. Talon going hidden. FSG and Dainsliff trying to trade it out. The top misses it. Oh my goodness, the Luden's companion has enough damage to take the kill. Talon goes back to the gray screen. Here goes Abados getting CC'd by all members of Divine Temple, it seems. Beating up, fist bumps all around. Baron started at 23 minutes. There is no Talon on blue side. There is no Volibear on blue side. And I just don't know if TPO have what it takes to get back into this one. And sometimes that's okay. You gotta go back to the drawing board. You can't let it affect the mental. If I was TPO, I'd be talking about game 3, or sorry, that'd be the end of the series. I'd be talking about next series draft.
Yeah, because you kind of have to mental reset after every game. Because if you let it carry over, it can ruin your game.
It's super unfortunate. It's just I just feel the draft of Divine Temple was the factor that reigned supreme in this one. Obviously, the players that were able to execute it with pretty much no complications.
Yeah, I definitely think that they're definitely missing engage, which is kind of what you need in a team that has like somebody like a Kaisa in it, because you have the Thresh for the Aphelios. I just think honestly it was just a little bit of a draft diff. And that I don't mean any disrespect by that.
No, and sometimes it happens, you know, like you live and learn from,
Yeah.
and you analyze what we could have picked here, what we could have picked there. Abydos does get his Gromp, forced to use a Smite because of it, but the Poppy still just being an absolute nuisance here in the top side of the map.
Yeah.
But great job to Divine Temple here. They have an excellent team comp. They have excellent objective control, excellent CSing, and they are on track to run away with this game as this could be Divine Temple's soul. TPO
Oh my
Cheezers need a miracle here. Volibear's gonna try the steal. He jumps in. It's just a little too early. Xin Chao gets it, and Tonic will take the kill. What a valiant effort by Abydos, but it just was not enough, and that's more and more gold for Tonic as Funny Beaver and Wooshi duking it out up here on the top side. Funny Beaver goes danger low, and Wooshi to be careful as the tower range is within limits. Mid tower is fallen here. Senna needs to run, gets hit by the taunt.
Oh.
Talon is left to do nothing.
Unlucky.
But run away. Kaisa left to do nothing but watch the inhibitor fall as Poppy taking the tier 2 in the top side. Baron minions making it real difficult to take for Kaisa in the mid lane. And all that TPO have left to do now is just get as much gold as possible and wait for Divine Temple to end this game.
Yeah, well, right now they just need a turtle. If they can stop the, they have one inhib down. So if there's any way that they can turtle and kind of slow roll this game, this is going to be the time to do it.
Absolutely.
I gotta find
a
the
lot of
positive
threats
somewhere.
God, they have a lot of threats.
Yeah.
They really do. Obviously, it's not over till it's over.
Not over till the Nexus
Wooshi
falls.
running straight at Daysleep. No fear whatsoever. This Poppy might be in a little bit of trouble. 3 members of TPO are here. Daysleep getting the damage off. Abydos trying to follow it up. Here comes the Senna with the range damage, and Wooshi is gonna take one. Wooshi gets the shield, pops the W. Senna ult forced to come out, and that's Wooshi falling, but not without ults and so much time invested.
Oh my goodness. I definitely did I did not expect that one. But that's one shutdown off the board. So
A win is a win.
I said that they had to play for picks, this is kind of where I was going with it. That they have to find their shutdowns and take them out.
Yep, a straight 5v5 just isn't in the cards at this moment, but unfortunately, I think they have to take one. Divine Temple are just hiking in. There goes Xin Chao diving on Kaisa. Kaisa gets taunted, flashes out, uses the cleanse. There goes FSG diving on Abydos. Abydos is gonna fall.
Oh my gosh.
Daysleep trying to jump in there, but did not find an angle, and Kaisa, not without the use of the sums, gets out, but has to watch the base fall as Wooshi comes back into the field of play with the teleport, and Nexus turrets are next on the list for Divine Temple. There goes Gwen trying to dive in on Tonic, but gets knocked away by the Poppy. Funny Beaver goes down. Another victim to Tonic, which has been so common this game, and it looks like the series is gonna go over to Divine Temple with a commanding victory in game number 2.
That is a 15-1 Aphelios, and Xin Chao was unkillable that game. Very, very well played by Divine Temple.
What a series. An absolute game 1 banger that went the distance, that was winnable for both sides, but unfortunately Divine Temple did not make it close here in game 2. And what an explosive start to season 3 for the ALL, and we see Divine Temple with a commanding game 2 victory on the backs of Aphelios, who did 19,000 damage more than the Kaisa. Obviously, it's just so rough. There were no angles that Kaisa could find to get any kills, and what
Yeah.
a series by both teams. Well played. TPO Cheezers just got to go back to the drawing board with a little bit of some new strats, but what we saw in game 1, they are capable of winning games. They just need to tighten up these strats just a little bit. And wow, what a pleasure it was to cast this series.
Absolutely. I mean, it was a great series to cast. Well played to both teams tonight. I'm excited to see what the rest of the split holds. We're gonna have lower division starting next week. Um, I believe that there was a few other games that went on. I think they're still going on, so I'm not sure what the outcome of that was. Trying to see if there was anything, just so I can kind of update. I don't know where it is. Oh, match results. GSI 120. Against, I think it was Mech. So, Divine Temple 2-0 Cheezer and TSI 2-0. So that's a good start to the season.
And League of Legends is back. That's all I gotta say. I love watching it. I love playing it. Most of the time, with quotations on playing it. But
yeah.
but this was an excellent series by both teams, and TPO Cheezers, and also just to keep you guys informed with what's the latest in the ALL, there is a podcast to talk about this week's action on Tuesday.
Yes. You don't want to miss it. Lots of fun.
Right.
Oh yeah, next week is for upper division is TSI versus Infernia, which apparently I have been informed was a playoff rerun. It will be on stream, so make sure you tune into that as well. And stay tuned for announcements on upcoming matches, and let's have this fun and exciting series.
Alrighty. If there's nothing else, I think we're gonna end it there, and we appreciate all average 28-ish viewers. We really, really appreciate being here, and you guys have a great rest of your night. I know some snowstorms are hitting the US and Canada, so everybody stay safe, stay warm, and we will see you on the next cast edition of the Amateur League.
Yes, thank you guys for hanging out and watching and hanging out with us. We appreciate you all.